Coming up on this episode.
This is going to be gold.
Oh yeah, I'm all here for it.
So, what kind of Satanist do you think this guy was?
I have cats. I think that's the closest you're gonna get.
And is there such thing as a rank of warlock?
I am creating it right now. I am the Grand Warlock.
I would much rather go to the soul selling ceremony than whatever church this Yahoo belongs to. He's just making a hodgepodge of claims that he's not going to back up. You'll notice that she didn't ask him about anything previously that he said. And he made a lot of claims in just the first, minute of this video. Like his 8-year-old that's dressed up as Buzz Lightyear is worshiping the devil.
As a transgender child, sometimes that once a year reprieve can be what it takes to last until you're old enough to get away from the situation. That once a year chance to dress as who you truly are.
He's just being queerphobic, especially transphobic, but all across the board. You know, it's nice that you have magical beings that you can use as scapegoats when you're acting like a butthead.
Hello, Internet. This is Red Angel Sophia with another episode of Tearing Down Terrible Videos Together, where each time I and one or more guests find a video on the internet with some terrible messages in it, and together we critique it to expose what is so wrong about the message. And today on our show, I have two guests. First of all, I have Helen Greene here. Hi, Helen.
Hello. Thank you for having me on.
Tell us about yourself.
So a little bit about myself. I am an ambassador for Recovering from Religion. I'm also an atheist activist. I've been on a few programs on the Atheist Community of Austin channels. And also, I'm on another podcast called Left at the Valley, where we have a comedic view of political and social commentary based from an atheist perspective, and a weekly guest. So that's a little bit about me.
Good. So welcome to the show. And our second guest is somebody whom, if you've seen both of our previous episodes, or actually, sorry, all three of our previous episodes, specifically the last episode, someone you're already familiar with. Meet Tylo.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, Tylo.
Glad to be back.
So just in case there's somebody who hasn't seen last week's episode, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am your friendly urban tactical Satanist, and I am here to tear down this video.
And so now anyone in the audience might be wondering what video we're going to be tearing down, what terrible video to tear down this week. And let's see, this week it is something from CBN News, and it's called Take It From Someone Who Used to Talk to Satan. Halloween is a bad idea. You know this is going to be this is going to be gold.
Oh yeah, I'm all here for it because it's going to be terrible.
Oh yeah. And so we're going to tear it down together. So should we go ahead and start?
Yeah, I'm all in.
Yes.
Well, should Christians celebrate Halloween? Some believe it can be taken back like other holidays. But a former Satanist who is now a pastor says, no, Christians should not celebrate it. I recently caught it with John Ramirez, and he had a strong warning for believers.
So what kind of Satanist do you think this guy was?
I know that he wasn't a true Satanist in the context that we understand now. So
yeah,
so let's
not your real Satanist.
Yeah, probably. So tell people about what real Satanism is about.
I think I'll go on this one. So real Satanism is not believing in any God figure or satanic figure to begin with. There are the 7 tenets in which we look at everything, and the main one that we look through is the scientific judgment. And so this idea that Satan worshippers or Satanists are Satan worshippers is a little weird to me. I know that in TST that's how we do things. I cannot speak for LaVeyan Satanism. LaVeyan Satanism does hold that magical thinking and all of that. So that's not my realm of specialties. But TST, and I'm sure that Hells can attest to this, is very scientific and atheist based.
Yeah, for sure. It's more of using the idea of Satan as a rebellion figure of authority, of magical thinking, and using that for an ability to think for yourself, that you are the master of your ship, And I think that, but because of the context of what Satan is, and also to fight back against religion and government. And that, well, we're an established religion. So if you're going to put the 10 Commandments up, we're going to put a statue of Baphomet to have it equal. If this is the type of stuff that you're talking about, the freedom to express your religion, which, all those sensitive Christians are not super great about, but that's the only way to make, and I admire them for making that point about that need, and especially in a free society.
So for all the Satanists there are here, there's no devil worshippers here because nobody here actually believes that the devil exists.
I mean, I have cats, so they might be demons. Because I think that's the closest you're going to get.
My cat's kind of too sweet to be a demon. Unless of course she's upset unless of course she's upset or when I try to go in when she doesn't want me to, but she's a sweetheart.
Well, that's how they manipulate. That's how you know they're demons. They're super sweet, and then you become really good slaves of them because you give them food and shelter. It's all a big game.
But we say that in jest, but unfortunately,
there
have been people who have really believed in the past that cats were of the devil, and there has been a lot of animal cruelty done on account of that.
Which is not
even
cool.
At times of the Great Plague when people needed cats the most.
Yep, and that's why it spread so bad, because nobody was killing the mice. It was carrying the ticks and fleas that made everybody sick.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Anyway, we should maybe think about seeing if we can find a way to do something about that sometime. But back to this week's video.
Ramirez, and he had a strong warning for believers. Tell us a little bit about where you were in relation to Satanism and worshiping the devil.
Well, 25 years, 8 years old, little boy, 8 years old, demon church, learned being trained by high-ranked devil worshippers, warlock, and spirit.
Any devil worshippers and warlock in the TSD? I think we know there's no devil worship going on there. And is there such thing as a rank of warlock?
In some pagan traditions there is, but it's not really associated with the Satanic Temple as a secularist group. So, no.
Just wanted to be sure.
No, I am creating it right now. I am the Grand Warlock.
Tylo, the Grand Warlock. Harbor free thinking. Woo!
But you're creating it right now, so that position didn't exist at the time that this video was shot, let alone at the time that this guy was allegedly a Satanist.
Tylo, I'll grant you Warlockhood. Here you go.
Ooh,
Or how about this?
There we go. An upside down cross.
Wait. Hold
Whatever you
on.
want.
I'm powering up.
There we go. Yay! Warlock Tylo.
Warlock Tylo. That's my next avatar I'm going to have to buy.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You might eventually have to have an avatar made for you.
Yep, most definitely.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
All right, what else does he have to say?
Me to know how to take over territory, demonic contracts, different demon territory, demons, principalities, first, second heaven. I was being trained all the way to the age of 35, sold my soul to the devil.
I want to talk about that first, second heaven thing. I don't know if you guys know about this, but in cult belief, specifically, what was it? The ones with the Nike shoes and the Kool-Aid. Who was that?
Are you talking about Jonestown?
Yeah,
no, are you talking
Jonestown?
Jonestown. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Jonestown. They had a belief in a second heaven, and that's where this comes from. It's this idea of a second heaven or a second attempt on heaven itself. And so he's not only mixing up paganism and Satanism, he's mixing up Christianity and occult Christianity with all of this.
Yeah. I definitely have stuff. I'm going to have stuff to say on the paganism stuff that he gets into for sure.
First, second heaven. I was being trained all the way to the age of 35, sold my soul to the devil.
Did you hear that thing? He sold his soul to the devil. Dude, what is that part of any of the?
Good at the blues?
What?
He's really good at the blues now.
Oh, I don't know. He just says he sold his soul.
He is, yeah. Now he's a blues composer because he sold his soul to the devil at a crossroads. Oh my goodness. The devil did go down to Georgia.
No. The thing is, Johnny didn't sell his soul to the devil. He bet his soul to the devil, and he won.
That's true. What are you saying, Tylo?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Is didn't the devil lose that one?
Yeah, he did. I don't know what selling your soul to the devil would entail. Like, I feel like that's a weird transaction.
I would have to have a soul first.
Yeah, you would have to have a soul, and then there would be contracts and legal papers, maybe a lawyer. like it's a very odd sense of currency.
Yeah, some kind of bloodletting.
Bloodletting for sure. Yeah, for sure. I feel that maybe some black clothes might be involved and some candles, possibly. That makes it cool and gothic.
It sounds like a nice night out, honestly.
It does. It does. I would much rather go to the soul selling ceremony than whatever church this Yahoo belongs to.
Right?
Okay, let's
continue.
I want to hear more of his history. I bet it's fabulous.
Married Halloween. I had a demonic wedding in Halloween. I baptized my daughter to the dark side at the age of 11.
Demonic wedding.
I was married close to Halloween.
Jedi into this. Now the Jedi into this. The dark side, quote unquote.
Yeah, what does that mean? A demonic wedding? What is that? I don't even know what that means.
You marry a demon?
I kind of want a demonic wedding.
Right? Like, I want to know what this is. Like, is there black metal music, and then there's like a sacrificial altar, and I don't know. Like, I want to know what this is.
It's not a real.
Do you have to have
wedding?
Someone that you're
It's not.
Do you have to have someone that you're getting married to have a demonic wedding?
Yeah, that's true. Like he didn't mention his wife or husband. He just, definitely wife. But he didn't mention anything about what that entails. He just shot it off of his mouth, which makes me suspect he might be lying. I can't prove it.
Just a little.
Because
bit.
if you don't have to have somebody that you're getting married to in the demonic wedding, then I want a demonic wedding.
Like, did he marry like Beelzebub or something?
know.
like who did he marry?
Yeah. Did he get
Anyways.
Ozzy Osbourne on stage? Did Ozzy eat a bat?
Oh, that'd be great. Oh yeah, get married by Ozzy. Be so metal.
So let's
Okay.
go on.
Let's keep going. Oh,
So that was my whole entire life. I mean, I breathed, ate, and slept witchcraft. Astral projection.
okay. I'm gonna put it. We're gonna stop right there because what he's describing, unless he's talking about satanic, like Leviathan, satanic witchcraft, I don't think he knows what he's talking about. Yeah, Leviathan. Yeah. See, this is how much I'm up on the Satanist lingo.
Yep, Leviathan. Yeah, even then, Leviathan Satanists don't do half the things this guy talks about.
Oh, okay. All right, then. Okay.
Yeah,
Let's
no,
go on.
it's. I know they have the magical thinking and all that, but as far as I know, Leviathan Satanists don't talk about astral projection. They don't talk about cursing people, and they don't talk about selling their soul.
They don't? That's
Like,
no
those
fun.
three things are like.
I just want to know
From
what this
what I
transaction
understand.
looks like. But it's
Right?
he's just making a hodgepodge of claims that he's not going to back up.
Yeah, he's gish galloping and then he's just letting it go.
Yeah.
Ready to see more of this train wreck?
Oh yeah, I'm in.
Yes.
Because this is nuts. Let's keep going.
Projecting. I will astral project over region, leave my body, astral project, curse the region, because if I can curse the region, I can.
Astral projecting, that means traveling places without your body. Cool.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, like I've done drugs. Saying.
I've done drugs and no, I've never had an out of body experience.
I've had experience on drugs where I felt like I was out of my body, but not enough to travel to someplace else and curse somebody. So whatever drug he's doing some potent shit.
He needs to share.
He needs to share it, definitely. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, though, do you suspect that he doesn't really know what astral projection is, and he might be selling a bag of poop?
I don't,
Oh yeah,
I don't
It's on
know.
fire. It's on fire. That's how bad it is.
Yeah, it's so bad. Yeah.
Capture the people.
Knowing what you came from and what you used to do, you're pretty discouraged that you see Christians celebrating Halloween. Why?
Oh, yeah, you can't have. Oh,
Okay.
you wanted to stop it?
Yeah, because one.
Yeah, I wanted to stop it because it looks like she's leading him on.
Right. It's not a leading question. Notice that she didn't ask him about anything previously that he said. And he made a lot of claims in just the first minute of this video. And she's just asking she's just asking him an additional question. She's not asking him to bring in legitimacy to the claims that he's saying. He is just spouting off at the top of his head, and she's like, "Yeah, I totally believe you. Yeah, Satan, sold your soul. Blah 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 blah." You know, that just sells the whole thing as being dishonest.
If he did legitimately sell his soul.
Yeah,
if he did legitimately sell his soul. I want to know the story of how he retrieved it. Like, did he go
right?
into
That's
hell?
what
Did he fight
I would
demons?
ask that too.
Like, I want to know. I need to know.
Even a non-adversarial journalist.
Yeah. Like, anyway, go ahead, Angel.
But you're right. Helen.
You're being
you're right,
jealous
Helen.
at that point.
But you're completely right, Helen. Even a non-adversarial journalist would have asked somewhat more probing questions than this.
Right. Like even the simple what Tylo said about like, how did you get your soul back? You said you sold it. How did you get it back? Because I would want to hear that story, but like me, I would want more investigative claims, but because I have, some standards.
Having some experience with Pentecostals, I would say most likely Jesus.
Well, I know, but did he have, like, if he sold his soul to the devil, like, I want to know what that transaction was. And then how do you get it back? Like, does God just take your soul back?
Did he make?
Like, I thought like when you sold your soul,
selling his soul.
like, and also too, like, isn't selling your soul like a binding contract? I don't know the rules, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, we need some clarification here. Somebody quick, get a demon court.
Right. Get a demon court.
Demon court.
Okay, let's keep going.
Yeah, if we ever have a spin-off show, we could call it Demon Court.
Oh my God. And I that would be amazing.
Yes. I now need a demon outfit.
We do. I need to get like a demon judge outfit. I think that would be awesome.
And Tylo needs a demonic avatar.
You need a demonic avatar. This is gonna be a whole thing. We're gonna have fashion shows, and we're gonna, I don't know, sell our soul to the devil. I was unbaptized. I got unbaptized with a pentagram on my head. So officially, the soul that I had, if I had any, is gone now. So officially.
Nice.
Does that mean that if you look in a mirror, you won't see anything? You won't see your reflection?
No, that's vampires.
That's vampires. I didn't get kissed by, like, get my blood drawn. I'm a demon now, or
no, but supposedly the whole thing about vampires not seeing their reflection, it's supposedly because that not seeing your reflection means that your soul is in hell.
Oh,
that's right. I forgot about that.
That is the thing.
See themselves because they don't have.
But I think I would have to. I think I would have to go through the blood sucking stuff for that to happen. Like, I think there's an additional step there. Hey,
I ain't gonna kink shame.
Yeah, I know. I don't kink shame around here. Just be safe. And enthusiastic consent. Safety and enthusiastic consent. And then you all can do who you want.
I don't know how you can cheat on God. I don't know how you can cheat on the Lord Jesus Christ, because I don't see Satan as coming on Good Friday and coming hanging out with us.
Cheating on God.
You don't know.
I didn't realize I was in a relationship with God.
I didn't either, but
yeah.
Why doesn't God tell me these things? Oh wait, God doesn't exist.
Tylo, you're giving away the ending. Spoilers.
I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. Spoilers.
This is wackadoo, because he's like, the thing is though, is that God and the devil hung out all the time. Have you read the Bible? They hung out. They bent stuff against each other. So and God created the devil, so he created this problem in the first place. So they hung out all the time. What the hell is he talking about? Has he read his Bible?
Now, one thing we should mention: in Jewish religion, the closest equivalent to the Christian concept of Satan isn't the Jewish Satan.
Okay.
That's not, in Jewish traditional religion, the closest equivalent would be Lilith.
Oh, she's a sexy
or Hashatan.
No, Hashatan is
no,
not.
Hashatan was Arabic. My bad. No,
but the thing is, the Satan in Jewish religion is quite differently from how he was heavily retconned in Christianity. In Judaism, Satan is basically or Hasatan, which means the adversary, is actually one of El's agents. El as in God, meaning God. And his job is basically to ferret out everybody who isn't genuflecting fanatically enough to El, and if necessary, to lay traps to expose them.
Oh, he's a tricky bastard.
Yeah,
Tricksy. False.
basically doing sting jobs for God.
So he's working as God's agent.
Yes, in the that's why I say that the if you want to find it from a Jewish standpoint, a representative of the eternal rebel against arbitrary authority, you don't look to Satan, you look to Lilith.
Right.
Yeah, Lilith
that makes sense.
Said, yeah, no, I don't care that you created me. I don't care.
I mean, like when I was pagan, Lilith was my bitch. So, but that's just what pagans do. We adopt things. We'll get into that a little later.
Yeah, hey, everybody's got to have a starting point.
Exactly.
So let's go on.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure this is going to...
Like I married Halloween, you had a demonic wedding. Why would you put your kids, your family? Why would you put your purpose, your destiny? Why would you put your whole eternity in a demonic altar?
But people say it's just fun, candy.
Yes. Yes.
Because it is just fun and candy. That is literally the point.
Yeah, it's fun and candy. Fun and candy. And this is the type of shit that really makes me mad because I grew up Catholic, but I still celebrated all the holidays. Like I got to celebrate Halloween and go trick-or-treating with my friends and, no harm, no foul. And I keep hearing about people that grew up in very Orthodox religions where they didn't get to celebrate Halloween. They didn't get to dress up at school and just have Harvest Day at school. That was considered demonic, and you couldn't participate in certain activities that your classmates or friends were participating in, which just makes you feel like an outsider. And I know that
you know why they sorry.
No,
you know why
I was just
they took away apple bobbing?
Because it's unsanitary.
Apple bobbing in Illinois.
No, why?
Well, one, it's unsanitary, but two, they claimed that it was baptizing people in paganism.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah.
That
was the excuse given for why we couldn't bob for apples.
I thought it was just because it was unsanitary.
Yeah, I thought it was unsanitary. That was the good reason. Because I thought they were it's unsanitary. We shouldn't let the kids do this. No. Parents don't like their kids all wet after school.
Yeah, no, they did not want us bobbing for apples because it was baptizing us in paganism.
Also, too, as someone that was a former pagan, that's not how it happens. But,
I know.
It's silly.
But do the parents really?
Okay, so if you're
adulthood of the parents.
So, okay, so let's say you're a Christian household and you decide to throw a Halloween party and you invite your friends over with their kids and they do bobbing for apples. Is it still the same context of baptizing them in paganism if it's held in a Christian home?
Yeah, it's...
What are the rules?
Unless you got holy water.
Yeah, what if you're bobbing for apples in holy water?
You don't want to touch the holy water. It's disgusting.
Okay. We'll have to try it out.
I used to have holy water in my house all the time.
Water for me.
I used to have holy water in my house all the time.
I used to have a little it was a joke gift. It was a little sin kit that it had a little bottle of holy water and a little prayer in it. And my friend got me for me as a gag gift, but I had holy hot water in my house for a very long time until we moved. And I was always like, well, if I ever, need to be cleansed, I got my holy water.
Sometimes the priest will just take a bottle of bottled water from the store and bless it.
Yeah. Yeah. You just got to put special symbols on it and just chant over it. And apparently the property of the water changes. Not in any detectable way.
Or any otherwise falsifiable way.
Evidence.
What you were saying, Tylo?
God forbid there be actual scientific evidence.
Oh, you silly person. Okay. All right. Let's listen to the lady.
Kids are having costumes on. What you said is much more. People say it's just fun.
What?
Why would you put your whole eternity in a demonic altar?
But people say it's just fun, candy. Kids are having costumes on. What you said is much more.
What demonic altar?
Tell me what it is.
I want to know what it is. Like, I would like if I was there, I'd be like, tell me about this demonic altar. What that is Halloween. Like, tell me. Because I need to know.
This demonic altar? I would like to see it.
I've never seen an altar on Halloween of any kind.
No, I see kids dressed up in costumes wanting Skittles.
And Butterfingers and Reese's.
Oh, I understand. That's a problem. That is salt in their taste buds. That's a demonic thing.
It is, yeah. Those Reese's peanut butter cups are going to get you.
Giving them Skittles is an assault on their taste buds.
No, that's what makes them queer, Sophia. If you give them the Skittles, the rainbow will get inside of them and they'll be queer. That's how it happens. That's how we became queer. That's what happened, Sophia. We ate Skittles.
But I can't stand Skittles.
Gave me gay.
But I can't stand Skittles.
Did you have you ever had Skittles?
Yeah, how do you think I know I didn't like them?
Yeah, that's how you got the queer.
Oh.
That's how it works. These are the rules.
So even though I didn't like their taste,
the
rainbow got into me.
You still got it. Oh my goodness.
I never shared this before, but these candy people from different walks of life pray over these candies. Witchcraft. They pray over the candies.
Okay, no. Okay, all right. As someone that used to practice witchcraft and have magical thinking, never ever did any pagan I ever knew bless candies or pray over them or any of that. We just treated it like it was any other holiday, and we handed candy out. And and pagans and their religion do not impose their religion onto other people. So doing that without somebody's consent would actually, in the pagan tradition, be bad, because they didn't give you permission to do it, and that goes against the moral system within paganism. So that's total bullshit.
Of course, from my point of view, praying over Skittles does not change their nature in any falsifiable manner. So therefore, praying over them before you give them out is kind of inconsequential.
It's pointless.
What?
It's pointless. It's completely pointless. But I'm just talking about the ethical system within paganism. Like, if he was saying this about the same thing about any other religion, I would call him out for it, because you're not representing certain groups within their religions, and that's not fair either. And not even as an atheist, I don't think that's fair.
I do know of evangelists going onto public school grounds, and as people left public school, stopping the cars to hand them Bibles.
Right. Which is weird.
Yeah, I do remember at junior high school, this group of people called the Gideons did exactly that.
Wow. Like, I didn't. Is that like a
What?
South thing?
Yes.
Handing out Bibles?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't happen in New Hampshire.
Bible Belt thing.
Yeah, that didn't happen in New England. Like, where, like, I haven't seen it since I moved down to Florida. So that is definitely, though there is the trunk or treats here, which I'm not a fan of either, but I'll tell you guys about that later.
I grew up in East Tennessee.
Yeah. Now the connection's there.
Knocking on people's door. You don't know the person that you're not gonna know she's a witch. Okay, you don't know she's a witch. She's doing Wicca. She's practicing New Age, and you're knocking on her door.
Okay. Wicca is not Satanism. There. Okay. Even like, Satan worships Satanism. There are two separate things. Wicca has its own religious context versus like people that actually believe in the devil religious context, or even like TST. So he's just equating anything that is involved, like, which I find really funny that he's using magical thinking to condemn people that practice magic. Like, there's something very ironic about that.
Yeah.
I just find it funny.
It's definitely Hippocratic at best.
Mm-hmm.
Hypocritical.
For sure.
Yeah.
Hypocritical.
Hypocritical.
Yeah.
And you coming in legal rights of this witch or this wall or this person's practicing this
Legal?
stuff, giving you this kind of.
Did you say legal?
Legal.
I think
Yeah,
so.
is it legal?
This is
I
law.
don't think there's a legal context here. I'm pretty sure there isn't a legal statute involved here.
I don't think this is anywhere.
Legality comes in.
I don't think this is anywhere where people practice law in the United States. So what? What? Dude, my dude.
Yeah, I wish I could get.
Most
Unfortunately, I don't know of any lawyers that I could that I have in my contact list that I could convince to come on this show.
I'm gonna talk to my I could talk to my lawyer and be like, hey, so the Satan binding thing, is that a law? So crazy.
Yeah, is Satan binding a law?
It just
Is there a
like it was
legal statute
okay.
here?
Like, it was fine when he was talking about the religion mumbo jumbo like that we can dissect, but the fact that he said legal,
I think he said legal rights or something.
yeah, what?
Can we listen again to what he
Yeah,
said?
can you please rewind a little bit? I have to hear this.
Yeah.
I need to hear this context again.
She's doing Wicca. She's practicing New Age, and you're knocking on her door, and you coming in legal rights of this witch or this wall or this person's practicing this stuff.
Yeah. Want me to try again?
No, I got it. I just think I think he's just pointing out terms, like, I think he is trying to say free will. Like, you're coming with your own free will to a witch, in the context of his brain, I think he's using the wrong, I'm being generous, kitty cat. So being generous, and I'm being generous, and I think he means free will. I am not sure, and I'm being nice. I'm sure he's a perfectly nice person, but I'm just like, I'm trying to be generous, because if he really does mean legal rights, then he don't know it all.
Yeah, I don't think he's a very honest person.
He's a grifter.
He is definitely a grifter.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say he's a grifter.
Why? Because he's representing so many things. So many things.
Yes. Oh yes. I'm gonna call grift, and then I don't have to listen to him. But there's still more to this video, so.
Oh yeah, there's a lot more that we have to react to, and we can dissect. But at least we have our thinking caps on.
Yeah, unlike his target audience.
Exactly.
Of giving you this kind of candy. Now you're taking that stuff home, you put that stuff into your body. Amen. And on top of that, and top of that, I'm talking.
So basically, candy that's been prayed over and then altered in a completely unfalsifiable manner is being put in your body, and I guess it'll have completely unfalsifiable effects.
So if I go get a piece of candy and I pray and pray to Satan over it, like, does that mean I'm taking a demon into my body? What? What?
Well,
Like
given
it's
all these
maybe
artificial
like
sugars
satanic
involved,
communion,
Right.
hmm,
Telling you,
unholy
Satanic communion would be
communion.
Reese's Pieces.
it's a Reese Pieces. What is okay? So this is just a fun question. If you were going to pick a satanic candy, what candy? And like, I want to see this in the comment section too. Okay, so if you're going to pick a satanic candy, what is the most satanic candy?
Well, I actually have a communion ritual that is completely naturalistic, where instead of being told that it's like the body and blood of Christ, what you're told is that it's a microcosm of the universe, as all matters. It's a microcosm of the universe given to you as a reminder of your interconnectedness with the universe and everything in it. And what I usually use for this purpose is rice crackers.
Yeah, but is
Yeah,
that a
that's what
candy?
most people use.
Yeah, but if
Yeah.
I have to if I have to use a candy, I'd guess I'd use peanut butter cups.
There you go.
Yeah,
Tyler, what is the
okay.
most satanic candy?
Oh, I'm torn between Sour Patch Kid and Reese's Pieces.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna go with whatchamacallit. Because I like that it's ambiguous. So I'm gonna go with a whatchamacallit.
No, you know what? You know what? A Babe Ruth. That is
Babe
the most
Ruth.
satanic candy.
Yeah, for
Yes.
sure. Or hot tamales, because they're red.
No, that's too much of a give me.
Yeah,
That's too much of a
well,
give me.
okay.
The Babe Ruth
So
has
let's-
nuts.
Listen, I can make anything satanic if he lets me.
Yeah, Babe Ruth says nuts, then you might be consuming this guy then.
Oh, listen, that is not kinky.
No, I'm saying he's a nut, so he's a nut, so you might be consuming him.
Oh no. Yeah,
No. I'm gonna let that one lie.
I'm not touching that. Like, let's move on.
What, you're saying I should edit that one out?
All right.
No, you can keep it in. I'm just giggling because
Yeah, we're being
this
high schoolers
wackadoo.
over here. Don't mind us.
this is too funny. I'm just enjoying myself because this guy's a wackadoo.
Oh yeah,
Let's
he
move
is.
on.
All right.
On the vein, said
All right. Come
out of
on.
his mouth. You know he's
What?
top of that. And top of that, I'm Tom Levain said out of his mouth. You know he was.
Oh, he actually knows the name Anton LaVey.
I thought you said Tom Levain. That's right.
Oh, let's see
No,
again.
Anton LaVey.
Said out of his mouth. You know he was the ruler of that. I'm Tom Levain said.
Is
Okay.
it Anton Levain?
Levain. Well, it might be his accent. So I'm gonna give him a pass.
I give him credit for trying.
Yeah. He gets an A for effort.
And on top of that, I'm Tom Levain said out of his mouth. You know he was the ruler of the Church of Satan, right? Out of his mouth, he said, "I want to thank every Christian parent for allowing their child to celebrate Halloween one time a year."
Does anybody know if Anton LaVey ever said that?
I'm going to look it up right now because I have the all-knowing God Google.
Almighty Google. Praise Google.
Praise Google, the all-knowing God. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to do
What
May
is
before
Google
God
say?
be with you.
May Google be with you. All right. Anton LaVey.
And also with you.
Halloween
Yeah.
quotes. All right, I'm going to fact check people. Well, that's Faith Ascent Ministries. I don't trust you. It's mostly stuff from the Christian News and the Christian Broadcasting Network. Oh,
So
okay. So,
Yeah, but
okay,
if
yes.
It's not an actual
Okay,
video of
so-
any kind.
On Ancient Origins, he said, "I'm glad that Christian parents let their children worship the devil at least one night out of the year. Welcome to Halloween." Which I don't think in the context, if we're talking about LaVey, he wasn't meaning that he thought children were actually worshiping the devil. That he wanted that as an introduction to them to have free thought and away from, the society, this religion that represses people. So that's my thinking of it. Not that he actually thought kids were actually worshiping. Like, 'cause what 8-year-old that's dressed up as Buzz Lightyear, is worshiping the devil?
And one thing
But
is,
we're going to see that he has a problem with the
transgender,
costumes.
Yeah.
as a transgender child, sometimes that once a year reprieve can be what it takes to last until you're old enough to get away from the situation. That once a year chance to dress as who you truly are and have an excuse to do so.
Yep.
Granted, this guy,
and
that's probably another reason not to allow Halloween, because we'll get into in a little bit.
I doubt
Ironically,
he really cares about the queer community. Just saying. If I was gonna, he's on the CBN News.
He's on CBN News, and I don't think that he's got a queer bias of any kind.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, for him, this is one more reason that why he hates Halloween.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Because you can dress up as whatever you want, and if you dress up, in like a sexy costume, you're being a whore, I bet. And if you're trans, and whatever you are, on the gender spectrum, if you dress up something that is not your gender, that you were born with, your sex, then you're just going against, man.
I'm gonna bet that he didn't get to dress up as the pretty unicorn that he thinks he is.
Oh yeah. This is what happens when you don't let your kids have fun.
Yep. That's my guess. Somebody get this man a unicorn costume stat.
Oh yeah.
Immediately.
Devil's holiday. And it took Adam and Eve to lose everything because of one mistake.
Yeah, and who made that mistake? Oh yeah, God, because he allowed the devil to go. Basically, he was like, it's kind of like telling toddlers, like, don't touch that. I'm going to put these beautiful, enticing fruits on this tree. And you have toddlers walking around and be like, hey, don't touch this, but I'm not going to tell you why. I'm not going to put any gates around it or anything to keep you from going in there and eating the fruit. And then you get the snake that shows up and going, hey, he's gaslighting you. Go eat the fruit and you will know what God knows. And then God gets mad but he knows everything and knows everything that's going to happen. So he knew Eve would eat the fruit and give to Adam. So kind of
the
logic doesn't
God
work
here.
Yeah, one thing is
God doesn't make sense.
One animated skit I thought of making but really never had. It was just the animation would have been way too difficult. One where the Eve is up at the tree and the serpent's telling her to eat the fruit, and she says, "Go, God told me not to." And the snake is like, "Oh, that's because God knows that your eyes will be opened and you will be like God, knowing good from evil." And then she's saying, like, "Why wouldn't God want us to know good from evil?" And then the snake says, "Seriously? Do you not know this kind of stuff that he's going to try to shove on you?" And then the snake hands her a Bible, and it starts going through all the ridiculous laws, like requiring a rape victim to marry her rapist, and all that
shrimp.
stuff.
Yeah.
Don't eat shrimp.
Things that you will never agree with if you know good from evil.
And just a side note, and the symbol of the snake is in some ancient religions, and something that we've adopted into modern culture is a symbol of wisdom and healing. That's why you have the caduceus on ambulances and in the medical community, because it's a symbol of medicinal wisdom. So I wonder how he feels about that.
Also, I think
thanks for
perhaps
bringing
it's
that up.
possible.
Most people don't.
It's also possible that that may have been added. I don't know if any scholars back me up. I'm just spitballing here. We'll have to check later to see if scholars agree with this or not. So don't quote me as saying this authoritatively or anything. But I wonder if maybe that was added in order to dunk on the pre-monotheistic religions of the Jewish people, because there are kind of cues in the Bible that in ancient times there must have been a god who was worshipped, that whose symbol was a snake on a staff.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know,
Oh, yeah.
like, I'm just talking from the pagan tradition, especially the Greek and Roman tradition of that symbolism. I don't know in ancient cultures if it would be like basically what we're doing now would be like a trolling to Jewish people, but like using this in like this really disgusting context. If there are more people out there that actually know the answer to this question, like I would definitely want to find out about that, because it's a very because as symbols change over time, you know, in certain ways, like in one context it has like this pagan meaning I was talking about, but maybe it's like this subtle anti-Semitic language that we just kind of adopted and kind of forgot about the original context. It could mean a whole bunch of different things, especially
yeah,
since,
but I don't. Yeah, but the thing is, I don't know how much Jews knew at the time that the Second Temple was built about Roman religion. At the time that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a very complicated history, and especially that the religious and political climate when all that was changing, it gets sticky and weird and very complicated. But like, so if this is probably a deep dive, we could do it in another video.
Indeed.
So I'm sorry, we're going on a different rabbit trail.
A whole nother video with this content.
Yeah,
No, good.
sorry. This is the one thing about these conversations that they spark ideas, and definitely different conversations that we need to be having.
We can talk about that later.
That leads me to this next statement, which is if you have videos, feel free to put them down in the comments and or take them to our Discord. Angel, if you want to give that out.
Oh yes, I'll put a link in the video description area to our Discord. I'd really prefer it be brought to the Discord rather than to the comments area, because I would hate to like give any bad videos more link juice. So I'd rather you bring it to my Discord where it won't bring link juice. But in my page of links, which is at redangelsophia.com, and I spell Sophia with a PH, you will find on that page of links a link to an invite link to my Discord, where once you're there, there's a channel there devoted specifically for submitting videos for this show. Another thing you will find on my page of links is that I don't know whether it's right now in its own in the page of links or whether it's in the causes we care about section, but these intolerant people, as we've discussed, are very hostile to the queer community. And these days, especially to transgender people. And in the southern United States, where they have a lot of political power, they're starting to make things downright dangerous to transgender people. I believe you know where I'm going with this, Tylo, and you might also know where I'm going with this, Helen.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes, you've seen.
I live in Florida, and I've been following Southern laws, not just in my state, because it's terrible. And
I wish I could help all. I wish I could help all transgender people escape from there.
Yeah,
but I can't. But thing is, we do what we can. And there's a guy named Alfred who is transgender and disabled, and he has a GoFundMe page up to collect funds so that he can escape from the southern United States. And I'm putting here on the screen a QR
I love my
code.
Alfred. I love you, honey.
Yeah, so he can, and so basically, he's trying to get funds together so that he can get out of the southern United States to somewhere that's a bit safer. And he needs your help to get out. If we understand if you don't have the spare money to contribute, but if you do have the spare money, please visit his GoFundMe and help Alfred get out of the southern United States. You could be saving a life.
And keep in mind, it could be $1. If 50 people donated $1, that's $50 that goes to that.
That's a bus ticket.
You know, like that's a bus ticket. $5, which you usually spend on a latte at Starbucks, could go to get our, someone that we care about in our community help so he can feel safe. So he's not stuck in really difficult situations. So, just think about it in that context. Like instead of buying your $5 latte, use it to save a life. Or if you can't, just, share the link, to his GoFundMe. So this way, other people, even if you feel that you can't do that, and we don't want anyone to feel pressure to, but just getting it out there that, because I've done GoFundMes before where I have people in my life that didn't have a lot of money and they were able to help me out. So I know that it works, especially in communities like us, when we all agree that we are the only ones as human beings taking care of each other.
Mm-hmm. So go visit Alfred's GoFundMe page to help him get out of the South. You could be saving his life. Mm-hmm. Anyways, let's go on.
Yep.
Back to the show.
One circumstance to lose his birthrights.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So why would you once everything because of one mistake? It took Esau one circumstance to lose his birthrights.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So why would you bring that kind of curse into your house and curse your family from 3 to 4 generations? Wow. So when your kids is 5.
What? No. What? 3 to 4 generations? Is this Korea? Is this North Korea? Yeah, is this North Korea where you're put into like an internment camp?
I curse your father.
I curse your father.
It's that scene from Mulan. I curse your cow.
Yeah. Like he went from don't let your kids celebrate Halloween to like generational like your generations of people are going to be cursed. What? Because you let your kids go trick-or-treating? What?
The world will be cursed forever.
What? Okay. Honey.
Such a bad take. Such a bad take.
Oh, Mr. Ramirez. Oh, honey. No, don't spread these ideas. No. Oh, just because you let your kids dress up like as Buzz Lightyear and like a witch or like a fairy or whatever, as like a peanut, like and go out and get candy.
To infinity and beyond.
Yeah, this is just. I'm laughing at the absurdity of it, but there's people that legitimately believe this, and it just breaks my heart. It really does, because it's so absurd. It's so absurd if you really, really think about it. Which I'm hoping that if you are listening to this and you know someone that might benefit from a little bit of skeptical thinking, that you share this video and do some thinking so they don't think that their kids are going to be cursed because they want to dress up as Buzz Lightyear and get candy. Just saying. Because it's silly.
and you think it's cool, you dress them up. Once you put a costume on someone, see, the trick of Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, they were made in the image of God. They were made in God's perfect image, right? The devil tricked them with sin. And
thing is, you see how he is going into the perfect image, and the devil tricked them with sin. We're getting into the really transphobic part here.
Yeah. Also, homophobia, because it was Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve, or even, I don't know what the rhyme is for that one.
Ada and Eve.
Whatever, if you have the same
Evelyn.
set of genitals, you can't have sex, obviously. And if you are you are not allowed to change your gender, whatever that, because according to some arbitrary rule that he's made up in his brain, that his religion taught him. Is it dumb? Yes. It's very dumb. And I don't, he's not saying it directly. This is the thing about it. Like, Sophia, you're really good on picking up on this. He's not saying it directly, but he wants to plant that seed in somebody's brain.
So let's go on.
Yeah.
change your identity.
Yeah.
And once you put the costume on the kid, I don't care if you, right? The devil tricked them with sin and changed your identity.
Yeah.
And once you put the costume on the kid, I don't care if you dress him up as Noah. I don't care if you dress him up as Abraham. Once you put this costume on Halloween, the birthright of Halloween, you're changing your kid's identity.
You see how he's now really getting transphobic?
Yep. Yes.
Yeah, most definitely.
So just a little side note on just like basic thinking. When any of you wear costumes, even as adults, do you suddenly change your identity as a human being? Like if I, like last year, what did I dress up? I dressed up as a hobbit last year. Am I a hobbit? Well, I have ambitions to be a hobbit, but am I a hobbit?
Since I started my transition, I always dressed as a witch for Halloween, only as a witch. And the reason is I want a costume that won't make anybody think that my gender is a costume. And so the only simple way to do that is to dress as a witch.
Yep. Which is a great symbol of feminine power and embracing that a part of yourself, even from an atheistic point of view, like embracing that feminine power that's inside, all of us that identify as female, or even if you're male, and you just want to identify with the power, the feminine side of yourself, and that and the empowerment that it gives you. Like, totally own it, man.
The purpose of the destiny has been canceled.
Before we go any further, I cosplay. For those who don't know me very well, I cosplay. And yes, while I take on the persona of said character, I am still me at the end of the day. Nothing is going to change that, and nothing will ever change that.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
So.
Birthright of Halloween, you're changing your kid's identity. The purpose of the destiny has been canceled unless you renounce it and bring it back.
Wow. Girl. Girl. With a girl, no, honey, no.
You renounce it and bringing it back. That's how he apparently got his soul back. He got a return. I wonder if he had the receipt that he wrote to the devil, like, here, like, I would like my soul back, Satan. Here's my receipt. You said 90-day return. He had to renounce it. He had to renounce Satan and everything.
This is like, and this is the thing, like, he's being very transphobic. He's being very, he's just being queerphobic, like, especially transphobic, but all across the board, because he's basically saying that you're born a certain way when you're just born a baby. You're a baby. Like, you don't have an identity as a baby. Identity comes with growing up and becoming like a human thinking person. But he's basically saying you have a nature that is put into you when you're born, which is, I guess, based by your genitals. I guess that's the deciding factor. And then if you do not conform into a certain person, then that you are renouncing your nature, even as simple as dressing up. Again, I'm going to keep using Buzz Lightyear because it's just so arbitrarily stupid that you think you're Buzz Lightyear for the rest of your life. Okay.
I think this guy's stupidity is to infinity and beyond.
Yeah, this guy. Wow. I'm concerned.
And the co-host is just not helping things.
She's not. She's not asking for more evidence, like, because we want real journalism where we want more probing questions. Like she doesn't even have to go into much detail. Like my first thought is like, how does dressing up in a costume change somebody's identity? That would be my first question. Even as a Christian, if like, let's say I believed in like the magic woo-woo stuff.
Yeah, even if you're doing a feature story, even if the journalist is just doing a feature fluff piece, you'd expect more probing questions than that.
Like softball. That's a softball question. But okay, because
in a feature piece, the journalist isn't trying to like expose anything. They're just trying to prop something up. But you still think even then they'd ask better questions than this.
It's just so like asking like, how does a costume change somebody's identity is a softball question, because he could even attribute it to the soul or some other woo-woo stuff that he's got going on in his brain. But no. But I guess I have very low standards. They're very low.
Yeah. No, the limbo bar has been set at a proper medium height. Can somebody please do the limbo bar?
Yeah, please. Yeah.
I think that she's an MC disguised as a journalist.
Yeah. Oh.
Because she's really just trying to introduce him so he can have his oral diarrhea.
Well, he's a deep intellectual, can't you tell, guys? Like so deep, like a puddle.
Because an MC doesn't actually inquire about anyone; they just introduce someone, and really, that's all she's being, an MC.
Yeah.
Pretending an MC cosplaying as a journalist.
That's not fair to cosplayers. That is not fair. That is not.
Okay, and but thing is, I can't say that she is role playing a journalist because she isn't.
Yeah,
I would be very curious to see her credentials. I'm not saying she. I don't know her. I don't. But I would just be curious of how she got the job at CBN. Just wondering.
I'm not sure. I wish I had saved that in from. Oh, Frau.
Though, this is a channel that promotes that, gay people cause hurricanes. So, they're journalistic.
I wonder what they say about evolution.
Oh yeah, no, it doesn't. It doesn't exist. We came from. I don't know. We just appeared. Apparently, I don't know how this. I don't know the rules of non-evolution in the church. So
let's go on.
Let's keep going with this sideshow.
Now that you're sharing, and you share this everywhere you go.
Everywhere I go, I'm not afraid. I mean, I'm not politically correct. I'd rather be right with God. You be mad with me, but at least you make heaven.
Yes.
Oh yeah, this I'm not politically correct is part of the whole Christian martyrdom complex.
Also, I'm not afraid. Yes, you are. You're afraid of going to an invisible hell that doesn't exist, dude. You thought that you were in with Satan. Yes, you're walking around afraid of imaginary things. So I can't can't do the thing where I'm trying to be like, I try to be sympathetic and try to be like, people got opinions, stuff like that. But like when I hear such dishonesty, it just, it bugs me because he's not even being sincere. I don't sense any sincerity from him. Maybe it's just my bias, and I am biased. I'm not gonna, I'm looking at this through the atheist skeptical lens, but I just don't. I just feel like, as you were saying, Tylo, that he's running a grift.
He's definitely running a grift, trying to get more people into his church.
So let's go on.
I mean, churches sometimes they get mad. They get mad with me. They get, "Oh, why are you saying that? Why are you talking that way? What? How should I talk? If I might."
How about turn your brain on?
Sophia, you have standards.
That's how I would recommend he turn his brain on.
Yeah, that's all you gotta do, man. Oh.
God told me to speak the truth. I'm just a mailman.
Amen.
Oh, God made me do it. I've never heard that excuse before anywhere.
Wow.
I've heard the devil made me do it.
Yeah. Well, it's nice that you have magical beings that you can use as scapegoats when you're acting like a butthead. Good for you.
Now, how can you verify this God who told you to do it isn't in your head? Because if you believe strong enough that God has a mission for you, you can convince yourself that you're hearing God saying stuff to you.
Yeah. Well, and that really bothers me on a lot, even if it's something for good, like like feeding the homeless, that God is telling you, yeah, it's a good deed, but at the end of the day, you're doing it. But you've convinced yourself that there has to be some kind of outside entity that makes you do good or bad things. And it drives me crazy because, especially when people, like, if we're going to talk about the person that's like feeding the hungry, they're doing that and they should get the credit for it. Also on the same side, if you're doing like this mofo, there's no accountability. You can put it onto my imaginary being. And to me, it just bothers me because everybody has to be accountable for themselves. Because again, as he said, legal stuff, we don't do that when we go to court, do we? No.
No.
So let's go on.
Now that you're a Christian, you're actually a minister of the gospel now.
Amen. Yes.
You said that you're now in a season in your life where you're saying, I want to pay the enemy back for all the darkness that he caused in my
25
life.
years and plus. I've got.
Oh boy, he's now trying to be an edgelord.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, I love that he's like, I'm not politically correct. Blah 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 blah. Like, it's just, dude.
It's like someone from the beginning of this. It's like a protagonist from a movie whose thing is, I'm gonna pay this person back for all he did to me.
Listen,
The protagonist of those movies which are all about explosions and what I'm saying. I'm
getting like Tyler Durden vibes from Fight Club. Like I'm getting that kind of shit.
Who's Tyler Durden?
Yeah, you haven't seen Fight Club?
Just a little bit. I agree with you. The Fight Club.
Yeah, Tyler. Oh my God, you haven't seen Fight Club, girl.
I haven't seen Fight Club.
Tyler, what's the number one rule of Fight Club?
We don't talk about Fight Club.
Exactly. You have to see this movie. I'm sorry. Okay, side tangent. Let's keep going. Otherwise, I'll fall down the Fight Club rabbit hole. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
To places that people manifest, the manifestations of demon people.
Oh, that reminds me of a manifesting episode. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Oh God, manifest for your reality. No, just no.
I have goat Satan slippers. So did I manifest demon goats because I wanted them for Christmas?
Oh, you weren't there for this episode.
Oh, okay. I was all excited about manifesting. Anyway, so tell me a little bit about the manifesting episode so I can be caught up.
It was a lot of attraction person talking about how we have to manifest our reality. Should I have included you in that episode?
Oh, yeah, because that's all magic.
I'll try to remember that next time I have one of those episodes to include.
Yeah,
you.
because that's my. I was a pagan, man. This is my jams.
Next, I'll remember that next time I have a video of that. I'm pretty sure it won't be the last time.
Oh, I know. It's all this. It's like I like to say, it's all the same stuff, just different dressing.
Oh, and I would also like to sometime tear down astrology because I do not see it as harmless fun. Not for the same reason this guy would approve. My reason about astrology is because it involves it's birthday profiling, basically.
Yeah, and it influences governments, such as the Reagan era. So it is not harmless fun.
It's like making assumptions about someone's personality based on when they were born.
So what's your sign? And so Sophia, you're a Scorpio, right?
Yes, I'm
an Aries.
I'm a Leo.
And that's a Leo.
I'm
So
a Leo.
me and Tyler are both fire signs. So apparently we're both have fiery tempers and have egos, apparently, because we like the sun. Where you're a Scorpio, so you're a water sign, so you're supposed to be more emotional. But also I've heard Scorpios are more sexually expressive. It's this bullshit. Yes. But that it's just putting personality traits that are completely arbitrary onto people.
Yeah, somebody who is like completely impaired in any ability to seek out romance.
Yeah.
Is apparently a complete slut. No shame to actual sluts, by the way.
No, you get it on.
Good.
Whoever
I
you
felt
are, you get
called
it
out
on.
there.
You get it on.
I felt called out.
Am I
Get
going
on
to have
with
to
your free
censor out the
selves.
word? Am I going to have to censor out that word?
Probably.
So I used a word that is going to be requiring editing then, right?
Yes, most definitely.
Oh, fun. Fun, silly Willy. Oh,
But you're
fun.
not meaning in a derogatory way. Like I call myself.
Well, I don't
a
mean
slut.
it derogatorily.
Yeah. But it's, you are embracing yourself as a sexual being and enjoying getting off.
Yeah, but basically one thing is I was sloth shamed not for anything I actually did, but just for being born during a certain time of the year.
Well, yeah, because that's the thing. Like, can you imagine, like, if we were born at certain times of year and, like, well, you're a Scorpio, so you like to bang all the time.
Let's save this for an episode where the main topic is
we're falling
astrology.
down. I think because this mofo is opening so many cans of worms because he's kind of compiling a bunch of stuff that's in New Age and devil worship and Christianity, and he's saying phrases that he doesn't really know what he's saying. He doesn't really know what he's saying. And there's a lot of context and history behind a lot of what he's saying. And we keep falling into rabbit holes because a lot of what he's saying, he doesn't understand what he's saying.
But let's keep on going because I want to keep each episode less than 2 hours.
Yeah, I know. I know. This is because we're friends and we tend to fall down these rabbit holes.
Yeah, it's just I want to keep each episode less than 2 hours. And
for sure, yeah. I'm sorry, sweetheart.
Years and plus, you know, I've gone to places that people manifest, the manifestations of demons, people casting out demons. I mean, I'm living in the place today of the Church of the Book of Acts.
Book of Acts, what's that mean? Usually people think they're in this days of Revelations.
Book of Acts. I am not familiar with that part. Oh, Acts of the Apostles.
Yeah, but usually people think they're in the time of Revelation.
Okay, so for fun, there's 5 ideas within the books of Acts, though I don't want to go into all of that right now.
Let's see what he has to say.
Yeah, I want to hear what he has to say because I don't want to have to look up biblical stuff right now.
Me neither.
I mean, I'm living in a place today of the Church of the Book of Acts, the powerful church, that church that came out of the upper room.
Amen.
You know, that's where I'm living. People saying, sir, I was just talking to another sister. I was saying there's Muslims.
Okay, it's the upper room. So he thinks obviously that he's in a world that's devoid of Christianity. That's what he thinks. Because where would we be without the Christian persecution complex? Where would we be without it?
I like, this is the type of thing, like, as someone that doesn't really study the Bible, it is not my jammy jam. Because I just feel it's just a bunch of made up mythology of people that were living at the time and to explain the world and give like a moral system and all this shit. When he says things like that to me, it just sounds like gobbledygook. Like, what does the book of Acts mean to me? I don't know. I will have to go do some research, which I really don't feel like doing because it's probably just going to make me annoyed. And the fact that you made me go look it up anyway. You know, but if you understand the context of it, I think that's great. But like, to a certain extent, compared to all the other stuff he was saying, it's just a bunch of just throwing out words, you know, and like, I feel like he's trying to throw spaghetti against the wall and make a stick. That's just my perspective. I could be wrong. But
No,
this is
you're
my
not the only
perspective.
one who has that feeling. You're not the
He
only
came
one with
up to
that feeling. That is most definitely what is going on here. He is definitely throwing a big wad of spaghetti against the wall and seeing what sticks.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
All
let's
right. I'm
go.
glad. Thank you. I just want to make sure I wasn't the only one having that perspective.
Falter. She had prostate cancer. She was a Muslim. She renounced Islam. She renounced the situation. She accepted Jesus. She went to the doctor. No trace of cancer.
right.
That's the God.
Can we stop right there? Okay. Listen, I don't have obviously I have problems with religion, but he's definitely coming from this, like, Christianity is like the superior religion. And I don't know the woman he's talking about. I probably meant that she's probably made up, but I don't know. But
Probably.
that's my
She has
bet.
to be made up because there's no
And-
recorded case of a case of cancer just vanishing.
Right. And I was a Muslim and I'm going to now worship Jesus and now my cancer's gone. Like, it's just like, it bothers me because, like, obviously, like, I think religion is full of bad ideas, but I don't think using someone from a different religion to prop up yours is a good way to get someone on your side. Like, if I was a Muslim, just for example, and I heard the same argument, I would feel a little bit insulted. Just saying. And it just really bothers me when I hear this type of rhetoric. Like, my religion is the best religion, and this person converted to my religion, and they're free from cancer. Blah, 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 blah. Like, it just, like, it's so insincere, and it just bothers me.
God that I know.
Yeah, no,
That is the
it is
Jesus Christ I know.
He's the same.
He's the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. There's people that come from the occult practice. This is, you know, I've been in the occult. I did Ouija board. I did this. I practice Wicca. I practice New Age. You know, manifestation. People set free. And
New Age and Wicca and paganism is not the same as Satanism. Dude, get your shit together. Oh, which tells me he didn't practice any of this shit. Because they are not the same thing. Wicca is a very specific religion versus people that actually are like Leviathan Satanists. So,
Levian.
I'm sorry.
Levian.
I'm going to pronounce it wrong, man, because you can see how well versed I am in these subjects. But still, like, I know they're two separate things. Like, I know they're two separate things because in the pagan religion, the devil does not exist. There's no concept of the devil. There's no concept of a hell. There's no concept of a place you go for eternity to be tortured. So he's equating the two, and they're two separate things, and that sort of religious philosophical thinking. And even as an atheist, but I was pagan, I know the difference, and it really makes me mad, because if we're going to talk about different people's religions, don't pretend you know what the you're talking about, because you don't. It's making me mad, and I'm going to stop ranting now.
Well, let's go on then.
You see the transformation in their face. You see the love of Jesus Christ wrap around them. I mean, how much that is priceless. I don't mind paying the price. I'm going to do that until God call me home. And when I leave, my sister, listen to me carefully. When I leave this world,
Yeah.
I'll say it.
Yeah, it didn't. I mean, you could have actually. So when I make a video for these things, I have a section of the video called the end card for all these end card things. But apparently, the CBN News can't bother with actually having an end card.
No, that'd be silly.
Proper end card. They just add these end card buttons to the end of the actual content, and but I instead of
part
actually
of that is YouTube.
No. YouTube does it in a predictable manner, and the content creator can select what buttons go there, as well as to not have buttons at all. It is the content creator's fault that this happens.
Well, this is just uploaded from their channel, though. This isn't like they're just uploading this from the CBN network. So they're not.
Yeah, well, the people who upload it could add an end card.
Oh,
section.
I know. I'm just like, listen. I go, they're lazy.
I don't get paid for doing this. As a matter of fact, I do not know if I will ever make enough money to recoup my costs.
Mm-hmm.
But I still am.
But it's not
a lot more professional than I would find it way too unprofessional to use end card buttons without an actual end card section of the video.
You have standards, Sophia. Apparently the CBN, well, obviously look who they have on the show. Their standards are questionable at best.
But rather than show their advertisements, I just basically replaced it with something better.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you did. I like it. Hail Satan.
Yeah, much. Hail Satan.
Yeah.
Okay.
make Jesus Christ proud. Amen. And heaven will rejoice. Hell will rejoice because I left the battlefield.
Amen.
I play for keeps.
Amen. Amen.
I play for keeps. Give the devil a perm.
That's right.
Or give the devil a platform.
Yeah.
And replace this person's silly Christian advertisements with actual satanic imagery.
Does he have a ministry?
Well, they say he's a minister of God, so.
Oh, okay. All right.
But then again, the rest of what he said about him, his history is
apparently. What's scary is it's apparently here in the Midwest.
Oh, he does? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, no, he does.
I'm just like this mofo. He's all right. This dude is this is a kind. Okay, like I've heard the same thing like in the 80s and 90s. Like I wasn't part of the satanic, but I've heard all the same rhetoric. He is not telling us anything new. It is the same old pony show from what was going on in the 80s and 90s. And he is just trying to scare people into following his ministry and thinking that, dressing up their kids in a Buzz Lightyear costume is going to cause them to worship the devil. It's just so pathetic and sad. And it just, I don't know. It makes me feel bad for the people that actually listen to him.
Indeed. So let's finish this.
John Ramirez,
man,
thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us today. God bless you.
Pleasure.
Okay, so that's the end of this. Okay, so that's the end of this.
Mhm.
So, how'd you like the train wreck?
I feel like I talked a lot, so I'm gonna let Tylo talk because I talked way too much.
No, you did wonderful. No, this video was definitely a eye opener for the kinds of crazy that I'm going to run into as a Satanist. And it was definitely something that I was not expecting to see.
Mhm.
In this day and age, I thought people were a little more with it and on top of things than this man appears to be.
It is a little like I agree. I keep, but like again and again, like as an ambassador for recovering from religion, if people actually had their thinking brains on and didn't have to work through their, these bad ideas that they have, we wouldn't be doing the show, nor would recovering from existence exist. The ACA wouldn't exist. All the other wonderful Atheists United, the Freedom from Religion Foundation, like these organizations would not exist if we were living in a world where people didn't believe in gods and demons and fairies and magic and all these different things. And this is a highlight of some really fearful, terrible rhetoric that he is promoting, especially under children. This is the thing that I find so disgusting about it. Like, if you're an adult, like if you want to believe in the devil, fine, go fine. But when you're imposing those ideas onto children, like if they want to participate at Halloween and you tell them they can't because if they put on again a Buzz Lightyear costume, they're going to worshiping the devil and Satan's going to get them. That is a traumatizing, horrible thing to put into a child. And that's what I find so fucking disgusting about the type of rhetoric these people put out into the world.
Agreed wholeheartedly.
I agree too.
It makes me want to go Super Saiyan.
Right? Super Saiyan.
And since you're a VTuber, you probably can.
Yep.
You can go Super Saiyan. Yes, I can. Listen, I'm not a VTuber, but I will go Super Saiyan with you. If it means that these terrible ideas won't get pushed on the young vulnerable people. Hail Satan!
Hail Satan.
Hail Satan!
I think that's the end of the video, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So thank you very much, Helen, for joining me, and thank you so much, Tylo, for joining me.
This was fun.
And yes, and again, the opinions of my guests are not necessarily my opinions, nor are they necessarily the opinions of my cat Amber, nor of the monster hovering over my bed, nor of the gremlin possessing my elevator. Furthermore, my own opinions at the time of me making a video are not necessarily my own opinions at a later time. Anyways, I hope
all my opinions are influenced by my cats.
Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and take care, everybody. And until next time, see ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.